Let's take a look at some sports. Here's Charles Aruka.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
Welcome to Sports News. President of the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation, Wahid Enitan Oshodi, is confident that more of the country's table tennis players will qualify for the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro later in the year. Mr. Enitan Oshodi, during our program Channel Sports this morning, said the players will get the needed support to participate in next month's ITTF World Team Championship that will also serve as qualifier for the Olympics team event. And in football, Super Eagles coach Sunday Oliseh describes his side's 4-1 win over Niger as a new beginning for the team at the African Nations Championship. Oliseh commended the team for giving a good account of themselves after a lukewarm first half. Coach Oliseh has played down any talks about the title after the opening game victory. He believes every other team in the competition is capable of winning the tournament. The Super Eagles' next match is against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia on Friday, January the 22nd at the Nyamirambo Stadium in Kigali. In tennis, Fernando Verdasco has sent shockwaves through the Australian Open by defeating Rafael Nadal 7-6, 4-6, 3-6, 7-6, 6-2 to send the former world #1 crashing out of the tournament's opening round. The first round exit was Nadal's first at Melbourne Park and only his second at a Grand Slam. The world number 45 hit 90 winners and meets Israel's Dudi Sela in round 2. American Venus Williams' dreams of winning a first Australian Open title at the age of 35 have also been shattered after she was beaten 6-4, 6-2 in the first round by British #1 Johanna Konta.
6-2.
It's game, set and match on Sports News, and Ijoma will be back with the rest of the news at 10.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
The United Nations is concerned that the violence suffered by civilians in Iraq remains staggering, with at least 18,800 killed between January the 1st, 2014 and October the 31st, 2015. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Well, thank you. In addition to that, the United Nations also points the accusing finger at the Islamic State, accusing it of systematic and widespread violence. Alleged abuses by troops, militiamen and Kurdish forces were also recorded in the report. Then the Israeli military has opted to temporarily ban Palestinian workers from Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank as a result of 2 stabbings in 2 days. The decision, which will be reviewed regularly, is deemed a necessity to maintain security. However, Palestinians will still be permitted to enter industrial zones. Finally, Amnesty International is mourning the loss of 2 members of staff who were killed in the Burkina Faso attacks over the weekend. Reporter Leila Alawi was described as a talented member of staff who was carrying out an assignment on women's rights when she was killed after being shot twice. Her driver, Mahamadi Uderogo, a father of 4, was also killed at the scene of the attack. According to Amnesty International, they were parked outside of the Cappuccino Cafe opposite the Hotel Splendid when the attack occurred. That's the foreign news wrap-up. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. And the main news again. Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates have signed bilateral agreements covering recovery of illegal transferred funds, mutual trade and judicial matters. The agreements were signed in Abu Dhabi in the presence of President Muhammadu Buhari and the Crown Prince of the UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. And the PDP National Publicity Secretary, Oliseh, has been arraigned before the Federal High Court in Abuja. Mr. Metu, who was brought to court in handcuffs, was later granted bail in the sum of 400 million naira. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Onyato. Good night.